Hi guys, so today I want to talk to you about an amazing therapy that I learned last year, Scarwork therapy. And Scarwork therapy was developed by an amazing lady called Sharon Wheeler in America, and it's kind of phenomenal what it can do. So I was going to talk to you about it and explain it, but actually I realised that the best thing to do is to show you how effective Scarwork is. So Scarwork works on scars, obviously, and it works at breaking them down. It's a really gentle therapy. It's, a lot of the movements are just this sort of thing, just very, very simple. It's not kind of what some people have experienced maybe with a physio who might really go in quite harshly. Scarwork, the Sharon Wheeler way, is really gentle. So the best way I can explain to show you how effective Scarwork is was to make a right plum of myself and be seen on the internet in my onesie, which normally is only for my family on a Friday night when I've had a tough week at work and I'm cold and tired, which obviously hasn't happened for a while, so I might as well do this video instead. So I want to help you to see and understand how Scarwork, or how a scar that you have might be affecting you. So the best one to explain with would be a C-section. Quite a lot of people have obviously had them, and it's a really good description, and it works well with my onesie, quite simply. So what I want to show you is, if you think about having a C-section, and they obviously, it's not just that one layer that they cut, they're going to cut through all the layers, unfortunately. So if you think as it comes back together, you're going to lose a bit, aren't you? You're going to have a bit of a scrunch. So if I just do, actually a C-section a bit lower, a C-section scar. So there's my little C-section scar. Hopefully what you can see is that it's not just here that's changed. What's happened is that up here is pulling. Can you see that? And actually, if I step back a bit, my trouser legs have come up a little bit. So that's just my onesie layer. So under my onesie, I've got a pair of leggings and a top on. So if I was to go through those layers and I was to grab that one as well, well, now what's happening is actually I've got a bit of a wedgie. Everything's pulling up a little bit, but I haven't touched anything down there. I've cut this bit and I've just sewn here. And even if it's a neat scar, it's still stitched, it's still taut. So, and my top, you can see a lot more of my black top now than you could before. So what I want to do, because my boobs are pulling down a little bit and I want to lean forward, because then that relieves it. Well, hang on. If I'm leaning forward all the time because my skin is pulling down, that's giving me a bad back. So it's my lower back pain actually because of my scar on my front. And then if you think about it further, it's not just the scar. Unfortunately, our body is so amazing at trying to fix us that when it sends all the reconnective tissues and the collagens and things, it sends a bit extra. So under my scar, what's probably happened is some of the collagen and fibres and things have attached them. There's some extras. So they've attached to my bowel and my intestine and my bladder, and they're pulling everything. They're kind of stuck, and now everything's pulling a bit more, and now my back's hurting a bit more and aching. And if I get a bit blocked up or if I get a bit bloated, then all of that's been pulling and pushing, it all gets worse and it hurts. And how can that all be? Because of this little scar on my tummy that has healed beautifully, and I thought I was fine. So if you then think of women, again, who have had breast reconstructive surgery, maybe through cancer, and think of the scars that are going on and holding, I can't move my arm up because I've got a scar here. And if I do under my chest here, well that's pulling up there. And to do that breast reconstruction surgery, quite often they've got a DIEP flap or a tram line, well that's like a full across the top. Well, hang on, if I try and grab the layer underneath and that layer, and hey, let's do this properly. So if you've got that, then they've cut a layer out, haven't they? And they've pulled it down. So look what's happening now to my top. So they've pulled it down, and then they've trying to grab my leggings, then they've stitched me like that. Well, I'm getting an atomic front wedgie right now, for want of a better term, and all up the inside of my legs. I can feel the leggings in my underlayer pulling. And I'm getting jack-ups as well. I don't know if you can see them from here, but my trousers are coming up. But how can that be? Because it was just my stomach. But it isn't just your stomach, because your skin is one layer. You know, you're covered in this one layer. When you were younger, when you drew yourself, you might have drawn yourself with your arms separate and your legs separate, but it's not how we are. If I pull my sleeve, you know, this bit moves. If I pull here, this moves, because it's attached. So whether it's an appendix scar here that's pulling in and maybe pulling in your back, or whether it's anything, you know, any scar, it can cause major issues. It could be the reason why you've got back pain. It could be the reason why you can't walk up straight, why you feel squashed all the time, why you are stuck. So have a think. Are there scars on you that maybe we could work on, that maybe once we're all back up and running properly, we need to get addressing? Because you would be amazed how different it can be. I've had clients already confirming more sensation coming back, less pain in other areas that they hadn't even twigged it was causing. One client, I've worked on their hand and it doesn't get cold and painful in the winter anymore. The effects are phenomenal. It's not just the look of the scar. So even if you like the look of your scar, if it's healed nicely, it could still be doing things internally to you that maybe we should be working on. So have a think, give me a yell if you want to chat, check out my website, catherinecrooks.co.uk, and have a great day.